Ladies and gentlemen, with a little bit of luck and a little bit of good grace and a little bit of support from my good colleague Nicola and the goodwill of many, many people, we should be now live on YouTube and the XoneMultimedia extravaganza here at the World Masters Inline 2017 in Bolzano. And I'm happy to introduce the games to you finally after much logistical work and effort from everybody. This little DIY operation that we've got going on here is finally up and running. So welcome, and I'm glad you could join me, and I hope I do a good enough job to take you guys through a little bit of what should be some outstanding old-timers hockey from here in the hills in Bolzano. My name's Pete Wirt, and I'm going to be the commentator for most of the matches, certainly a few of the preliminaries, and as many of the later matches as I can possibly stand and my voice can withstand. If you were with me last year at all, you'll remember that my voice at that time wasn't exactly great and didn't last very long. I'll try and do a better job this year, and as you can see, I've got some better kit. So welcome, everybody, and finally we're ready to attack. We have our first match going live, Italy v Australia. And I'll do as good a job as I can currently to elucidate, but I don't quite yet have all of the information and the team stuff, etc., etc. How nice it would be to be the BBC or other professional outfits are available, to have teams of researchers and go-to people to run up and down and fetch things for us. As it stands, it's just little old me, and maybe the occasional email I'll get from everyone every now and again. So I'll do the very best I can, and try and color commentate as much as I can on this match and the games that I see before me, and maybe a little bit of the backstory as I get it coming in. Just for background's sake, we've started this morning early doors. We had Switzerland v Hungary. Hungary, a new team to the Masters Inline setup, and they struggled a little bit. Georgia Kovacs, who was playing in the GB team last year, came up to the commentary booth and asked me to come and help him out a little bit with maybe setting up a team of his own in Hungary. Wanted to put together a group of guys. I know he'd been struggling in the conversations I've been having with him up until this point. He'd been struggling to get a team together, but he did scramble it. So they are a bit new to it. They had a bit of a blooding this morning and got beaten pretty soundly by a Swiss team who were nervous, a bit cagey, a bit jittery when they first came out. But actually, in the end, when they started to organize, really overwhelmed them. Now, I've been really quite busy with the logistics this morning, so I don't have scores exactly handy, but I will tweet those. I'm on Twitter at Pete Wirt at @IonInline, and I'm on Facebook as well as Peter Wirt. So by all means, if you want to send me some messages, get on Twitter and Facebook, and I'll certainly try to get in some of the messages and comments that you make during our procession and proceedings going forward. Special welcome to the Aussies, if any of them are up and out there. And I hope you'll be upstanding for your national anthem. Strong in heart, if not strong in voice. I'd like to hear some of these chaps singing their national anthems out loud and proud. If any of you guys were here with us last year, you might remember that just occasionally they struggle a little bit to get the national anthems just quite right. But let that not dissuade you from otherwise enjoying what should be a fantastic exhibition of old-time hockey. So, good luck everyone. Settle in. And I'll try and warm myself up with this Italy v Australia game and try and give you a little bit of a background into it. My name's Pete Wirt, for those of us who are uninitiated and are new to this sport and at this level. I was a former GB team manager for a number of years in the inaugural events and in the lead-up to sort of the original teams that started off this Masters World Cup. Hi everyone. Unfortunately, every now and again Nicola's going to switch to my beautiful visage and my ever-changing ginger beard. More the worse you are all off for that. My apologies. But hopefully I'm going to bring a few people up for some interview up here every now and again. So their faces you will be wanting to see, and we'll have a chat with them and discuss with them how they think that the games are going for them as well. This is Masters Inline, so they are 38s and over. They play inline hockey, various different levels of it as well too. You're going to get a lot of semi-professional players, ex-ice hockey players, and retired professionals from various different leagues, semi-pro leagues and amateur leagues right across Europe and North America and Australia, as you guys will see out here as well too. Also a real mix of total amateurs here as well too, playing at what will be for them the very highest level and the very fastest pace of a game that they'll ever have played at. All amateurs, all family-oriented, and a real pleasure to see gents like this. Expect at this level of hockey to see a little bit more of the head than the feet in terms of quality of play, but I think that that's why we watch it and that's why we enjoy it. So hopefully you'll do as I do and sit back and enjoy this game, and I'll take you through it. So welcome Australians, and benvenuti a tutti. Here we go, and we kick off with the Italians winning the face-off, but the Australians picking it straight up. And then a little loose puck floats back towards the Italian side. I expect the Italians to be pretty organised and not too nervous. Most of the rest of the opening matches have been quite skitty so far, but don't expect it to be too much this case for the Italians. They're on home ground and they're very comfortable here. Ouch! A little bit of a shot up to the shoulder. Well taken. Might be still a little bit shocked from that pass. And he takes a quick powder breather belly bow. Good player, frequent player for Australia. He's capped several times now. Hopefully I'll get more and more details about the specifics on that as we go forward. Need to settle in. As I say to people out there, this is an amateur outfit. These are all volunteers. Many of these players have paid to come and play roller hockey around the world. Not quite taking up the same sort of level as the ice counterpart. Under pressure here, Australia. Italians cycling in front of their box and putting a little bit of a pressure on and then taking some time to do a line change very professionally. Italians will be organized and professional, but they tend to have some pace, which can surprise people. Vacco now with the puck. Vaccario taking a little shot in. Australians are going to have to watch and defend properly because Italians will park people on that post in front of the keeper, so they're going to have to defend strongly. Vacco, same sort of pass again, out a little bit wider. Probably defending a bit better there, the Australians. A little bit tighter in the box. And a bit of a desperate clearance. Ooh, can he poke this puck a little bit away? Oh, a little bit of a bounce off those boards might have just helped him out a bit. Italians gather and press forward. Long shot. Very capable of doing that. The Italians, they will park someone right in front of the keeper and just drift there like a spectre. Here comes that slap shot from far away. Keeper's got it covered. Struggling now, though. Waiting. Whoa! The patience of the Italian was just a little bit too patient. Come on, boys. Get a little bit of zip on. Slap shot comes in from 17. Gets loosed. Two people fighting over it. 88 and 17 weren't sure who to pick it up, and by the time they decided in their committee meeting, which do tend to take a little longer initially than others, by the time you've said hello, things have moved on quite significantly. But at least the saying hello is very genial. I like that. Italians building here to a lot of pressure. Australian trying to box up. It's a bit of a classic move. It's certainly what GB used to do when under pressure from Italy. And Italy are capable of some really good technical passing to really stretch the Aussies. There's nothing worse in roller hockey as a four than trying to defend in that box. You're on your toes for minutes on end. Pain searing through your calves, through your toes, through your shins. It's a nightmare. It's not what the Aussies want to be doing. It's not a fun way to play the match. They're going to have to come out, even risking it. A little loose puck there at the center point man on the box, but it drifts loose. And then a clearance. The Aussies just taking a breather there and throwing it back out. The Aussies, just for their own preservation's sake, are going to have to try and come out and meet the Italians, you know, maybe take a risk. Otherwise, it's going to be a long and lonely day. Sitting in the box. Quick shot high to the glove side. Maybe just pinged off. Italians are going to do this all day. They'll roll back, settle up, and set their nice breakout. And then here goes one player just off camera, settling just in front of the goal, sliding side to side. Italy building, putting some pressure on. Quick shot. Tried to find the 5-hole, but keeper for Aussie up to that. And then a reset. They've got lots of space here in the neutral zone. The Italians will play with it on this center line. Another shot, easily blocked by the keeper, straight up to the chest pad. We're going to watch this corner. The Italians are good there in that corner. Very dangerous out in front. Some just tentative questions being asked. We had 71 just coming in there. Cheeky slap shot off of it. And then those defenders have got to stop watching the puck. They've got to watch the person who's going to drift in behind, because that'll always happen. Aussies get a little bit of a loose puck here. Has someone got the legs to join him? Oh, it's a loose puck up in front. That's an opportunity. Got to get those legs burning, Aussie. Oh, another loose puck again from behind. Well taken. Can he spin it around? Didn't quite stretch around. One more little touch, I think, would have done it. This is what the Aussies have got to do. They've got to come out now, stretch, push them a little bit. Forechecking is going to be a much more fun game to play, even if it doesn't come up with all the results that they want. Italians on the attack. They will attack quickly. Shot that right through the gap. They'll patiently come out, test the water, throw a few pot shots in, see what happens. Can this loose puck really do something? Come on, he's got to have the legs now. Where's your legs? He's left him back in Aussie. Bless him. Okay, this is it. Could be a pass on. Tried the short corner. Wasn't sure if he was covered in the center. 70 Belovo absolutely aching for that pass. Italians break again. Steady hands on the puck. Oh, right loose in front. Oh, drifting just a little bit tentative, a little bit lazy. Could have potted that in. I think he was ready for a shift anyway, Vacco. And Italy will reset. And there we go. And that's what we're talking about. Now we've got some Aussies on the forecheck. If ever such a light one. And now Adams, 55 for Aussie, on the forecheck as well too. He's going to enjoy it a lot more this way. But he needs a bit of support. That's a good little tip. Sacrificed himself. Strength on the puck though with the Italians. Flipping up. Oh, I think that just tipped the post as it fumbled and bumbled out. Got his glove to it, but not the inside of it. It just tipped off the outside. And the Italians under no pressure there. Aussies are saving their skates for what could be a little bit on the toes. Steady approach from the Italians, not nearly as jittery as Hungary and the Swiss team were earlier on. In fact, maybe a little bit too sanguine as they roll up in front of the net and just, you know, don't quite attack the puck with the same vigor as they might attack a lovely bowl of pasta. Of course, I'm kidding. You should see these specimens, my God. 45-year-old men, peak physical condition, embarrasses the rest of us in the Western world, I can assure you. So, poor Aussies, backed into the box again, straining the calf muscles, squeezing their toes, and just trying to block off some channels. Italy stretching them wide. Players drifting in, crossing. Still not in a hurry though, the Italians. They'll take their time. Little tentative shot, easily blocked by the pads. Tumbled up though. A little bit of an aggressive fight. Nothing out of order. Ooh, it was a hand pass. Might have just got away with that. Referees still settling into their rules as well too. I was talking to one of the referees last night about their full training session. They've done a number of tests. Whoa, that could have gone a little bit wrong. Risky maneuver, but it was probably the right thing in the end. Might have let the keeper know that he was going to swing that puck like a cricket bat right out of the air in front of the keeper's face. Cheers for that. Ooh, cheeky centering pass. Couldn't quite handle it. Bobbling. And the Tremolatera cycling round, sending that long pass. This is the danger. Can be. Oh, well kept by the keeper. Shut out and the puck is still live. Can Aussies counter-attack now? Can they push forward with a little bit of legs? They could do some damage here. Just got a little bit jittery in the skates. Got caught as well. Turn if you can. Maybe trying to look for the pass. Come on, Warner. Number 4. Oh, there's a big centering pass. There's another one here available. Can he do it? Oh! Everyone was begging for it to happen. Just couldn't set himself up. He was just a little bit off balance. I think he was more excited than I was. Not as much. Not nearly. Okay. Here we go. Italy will do what they do. They'll sit back. They'll relax. They're in no rush. Slowly working their way forward, pottering around. They'll play from the corner, and then there's that drifting Steady player, just drifting around the back corner of the post, looking for a little opportunity. They catch the defense puck watching. Italy are going to have to step up now. I think it's probably time for them to score, really, if they want to get one in. I think they just need to start stepping up a little bit of energy. This could be something here. Flipping, maybe looking for a rebound. Aussie keeper looking pretty sharp this year, actually. A decent effort. My apologies for this amateur effort here, but I don't yet have all of the details of the Aussie players. I'm waiting for their bios and their blurbs to come through. As soon as I do, then I will be able to give you a little bit more info on each individual when I get that information. So your patience is appreciated while we muddle through in our little DIY fashion. Sticky taping plaster up here in this box, in the garden shed, up in the hills, in the Palaonda arena, which is normally an ice arena for the Foxes. Pro team, bobbling puck right in front. Aussies a little bit under pressure, but they don't look like they're panicking. They're just absorbing. Keeper up to the challenge, and then here goes the Italian drifting in. Not defended physically. Aussies a little bit drawn into the puck watching. And the passing not exactly sharp as attack just quite yet. Maybe they're playing themselves into this. Some pace building here. Didn't quite hit that crossing pass, but boy, he wanted it. Now he's going to go and take a seat for his troubles. Okay, Aussies didn't take advantage, but need to be a bit more aggressive when they do. Got to get those legs pumping. It's quite warm out here in the Alps in Italy, despite the fact that we're up in the hills, or at least a little bit anyway. Still some pretty decent temperature. Could have been a good centering pass, that nice little tip through the legs, but the keeper was up for that. Luca Dotto struggling a little bit with his skates there, maybe just settling in to the new wheels that they've all strapped onto their feet for this tournament. Nice hands, 51. Whoa, cheeky shot right underneath. There's that centering pass. And again, the lack of the physical effort to defend for the Aussies is going to cause that. There's a little bit more of the aggression that that they need. That centering pass right underneath. Just got caught the pads. It was almost saved there, to be honest with you. Pull on there. Hi. Nice to see you all. I'm going to have to stop. I get a little feed just down here. I'm going to have to stop rocking back and forth. Look like I've got some sort of Tourette's habit. I'll settle myself down now. I'm just excited. It's fun to be out here. It's certainly a lot more fun than being in that pit of despair. I'll let you work out where that is. Italians coming in straight off the face-off and starting to ramp up their efforts now a little bit more. Maybe getting a little bit more aggressive. We're getting a bit physical now, the Italians. Knocking Voss right off of that puck. Oh, cheeky shot out of nowhere. Where did that come from? Dan Beliveau seeing a little bit of a gap while the keeper was being lazy, and it drooped. Absolutely topped in that. Ronaldo couldn't have hit it better. Dropped right over the keeper while he was watching for a lower shot. Flew in over the top end. That is exactly the sort of opportunity that Aussies can take to get a goal in there. So absolutely tremendous effort. Brilliant shot. Well, that will put a little bit of lick in their legs and get them going. The score is 1-1. It's 7:45 into the first period. 2 20-minute halves, we'll call them periods, as the Italians come back and try and get revenge for that cheeky, sneaky pass. The Italians coming in now a little bit more aggressive, starting to pick the puck off of people. Cheeky behind the back, using the organization. Whew. I don't know where that went through. Did that go right behind the keeper and come back out again? It certainly pinged off the post. Puck deep in the corner. Now Aussies have a chance to break out if they can organize a pass. Get those legs going. Stretching a bit. Big shot from downtown. Ooh, dangerous to be messing with the puck out there. Wasn't quite sure what to do with it, though. He had a lot of his colleagues very close to him. And then he decided in the end just to make a clearing pass and just maybe reset and get a line change in. Whoa, another cheeky pass right through the legs. Just trying to be cute with it instead of determined. And that's why the Italians and Australians are at 1-1. Aussies much to be cheerful about. Here's a big slap shot, though, from downtown and easily taken by the keeper. Interesting. They're doing really, really well. The Aussies will be very, very pleased with this result currently. And if they can just hold on and maybe get another cheeky little opportunity and don't let the Italians build, then they could just eke out this first half at a draw, which would be a tremendous result. We'll go back to their changing rooms, very pleased with that, in 6 minutes and 16 seconds. Italians setting up their strike. Oof. But for a bobbling puck, I think that could have been a deadly shot from that corner. He certainly had it on target if the puck wasn't on its side. Luca Dotto cycling up at the top, looking behind him. Misstruck pass there, but no pressure from the Aussies allows them to just play around with it like it's a Sunday afternoon, not a care in the world. Tried to go through number 8 Aussie defender there. A little bit of a weak clearing pass, and it's back in the sunny garden. Shot from outside, probably unnecessarily blocked by the keeper. Ooh, this is dangerous. Short side could go over the glove. Managed to catch it in the pits. Pit of the arm. The pit of the world is that box where they're sitting there, hopping up and down on their toes. Cheeky little shot. Tried to go up and inside that really, really narrow corner, but that was never going to come off. Keeper was well up for that. Aussie keeper doing an exceptional job. Tremendous. Keeping them in this game. 5 minutes to play in the first half-ish. And, yeah, Aussies, tremendous. Good effort on you. 1-1. Hopefully the veterans side will be equally as buoyed up by that and take it forward in their matches over in the other arena. Just for the uninitiated, we've got 2 arenas in play here because we've got 2 championships going on. The brainchild of a number of prominent figures in this Masters inline scene. Particularly David Ninzati in his regular annual tournament held in Legnaro in Italy near Venice, where the Masters come and play a friendly tournament, see each other, old friends, renew some rivalries and friendships, and come out and play. Came up with the idea of doing a veterans 45s plus. So we've got some veterans, which are the 45s plus, and then these are the 38s plus, the Masters inline. And again, the whole spirit of this is about, you know, dads, coaches, supporters of the game, heroes of the past, coming out to play again and showing that they've still got at least a hockey brain, if not the hockey legs. and we're all the richer for it. The Italians just showing what kind of organization that they can put together. Although they're starting to get a little bit static. They're certainly not cycling. Like, you're going to see the Czechs when they come out. You're going to tell the difference that they are proper ice hockey players as the puck bobbles in front of the Aussie keeper. Defense getting a little bit bunched up, the Aussies. They've got to spread out a little bit more, otherwise they're just going to have a boring time. Sat in the hot box, sweating in the glorious mountain sunshine. Oh, it's a nice little cheeky pass down through traffic. Doesn't quite got the stick handling. Could be a little bit sticky, but can he fight for it? 1, 2, 3, Aussies all bunched up together. Someone must have said barbecue, and they all ran towards each other, but they needed to spread out. Ooh, cheeky pass. Could he just caught that underneath his skate, the keeper? Whoa, just feathering the line there. That's a tremendous save. Okay, come on, Aussies. Can you absorb? Can you hold on? Another cheeky shot right off of the face-off. Keeper's up for it. Still at 1-1. 4 minutes to go in this first period. The Aussies managing to score off of a outstanding Dan Beliveau chancer of a shot from well outside the hash marks on the opposite side, scoring over top of the keeper's glove shoulder as he sort of went down. The puck went up and dipped. Ronaldo style. But that wasn't a lucky shot. That is organized. And I think that you're going to find that number 66 for the Italian team is a prolific goal scorer. One of the older members of the team. That's just really sharp. Coming around from behind the hash marks. Center man diving in. Centering pass right in front of the keeper. Found the open spot. It's always going to happen that way. That's really good hockey. And Italians are probably going to start to be able to play that way now. Got to keep your heads up, Aussies. You've done tremendously well so far. So there's every hope that you can still catch them off guard if they get a little bit lazy going into the first interval. They're just trying to find a gap, trying to thread the needle. Now they're starting to cycle a little bit more. There's a little bit more energy there, a little bit more purpose. Centering pass coming right on. Could have been a little tip. Couldn't quite get that on the tip of the stick, but just caught it on the heel and then didn't quite lift off. Oh, dangerous. The puck's coughed up. Number 20's got it right in front. Keeper was already on the floor and didn't have any room to move. And the shots are going to start to come in thick and fast. It's hot out there. It's extremely hot. At least on the ice. And in the summer you've got the benefit of that great big cube underneath you to chill a little bit of the air. Out here it is a sweat box, and the Aussies are in the worst of all positions, having to sit and defend on their toes, practically breathing each other's air just in front of their own goal to try and defend against this organized Italian side, who have now picked up the puck again and are on the attack. Not particularly in a rush, but technical slap shot. Rebounded right back out to the player, but then couldn't quite decide what to do with it next. Aussies maybe getting a little bit nervous in their own half and clearing it away. Italy probably happily just to sit and wait while the half runs itself out. I don't think anyone's too keen to exert too much energy. This is the first match. Ooh, was that an accidental? Certainly was, probably. I don't think he'll have any intention there, just trying to sneak the puck out. Just got turned by the greater pace of the Italian. Just trying to stretch forward, trying to sneaky cheek the puck. Just got his stick caught in between. That happens. You rarely get any real genuine niggle. Although as the games go on, you might start to see a little bit of rougher stuff as you get some of the higher level players, ex-ice hockey pros, coming out here, starting to put a little shoulder in here and there and everywhere. Nothing wrong with that. So while we just wait for this restart, I think we might have had a stick casualty as I'm looking down here now. Vossi's had an investment release. Expended some capital and snapped his stick in two. Looks like a bit of an old classic. Is it wood? I think it's a wood CCM. It's got tape up to the gillies anyway, so he must have been trying to preserve an old stick anyway. No one plays with toothpicks anymore, Vossi. Come on. Get yourself some carbon fiber. So Vossi's in the box now for his accidental, slightly on purpose trip. And he's paying the price doubly, triply for it. Aussies are going to have to hold on for another 1 minute, 31 seconds. Italians only 3-1 up, which is, I think, a great result for a first half. Hopefully they can consolidate and come out with a little bit of energy after the break. The Italians don't need to change anything. They just need to settle in. Starting to cycle up now. Vacco coming around, doing a cycle. Really purposeful pass. Sending it straight in to the waiting player on the back post, just in front of the keeper, screening. Professional job, they know what to do. And the Aussies maybe just stuck a little bit in the triangle. I don't think there's any benefit in trying to defend it too tightly. Just try and take one off of them. Speculative. Keeper's good. Legs will be tired now. Vacco, another speculative shot. Defenders have got to watch that phantom sitting in front of the goal. He's a poacher and one of the most prolific ones for the Italian team. Pretty even, the Italian lines. You've got a lot of sort of broad talent. Oh, there's a cheeky goal right from just in behind. Deadly on that back post. Keeper's already down, doesn't have the room to move. Just waited, Rossi. Just potted it straight in. Patient for the gap. It appeared. Keeper couldn't move. That's what makes some of the more organised sides so dangerous, really, is the patience in front of the goal. They don't rush, they wait for the right opportunity and then they snap. It's going to be tough out there for the Aussies to defend solidly. The Italians come with a lot to offer on their table, a lot of pace, a lot of patience. And that brings us to the first half. And a pretty good effort by the Aussies, to be fair. It's not often that they'll have had a scoreline like that against the Italians. Actually, in many ways, more questions for the Italians. Are they taking it easy? Are they just showing a couple of first gears? Doesn't appear to be too much going on in terms of the bench currently. There's no big discussions in that, so I think they're probably pretty happy with what they're doing. The Aussies will be trying to think of something to do to maybe just break out of their own end, to maybe start to take on the Italians 1-1. They're going to struggle because there's a pace difference there. And the heat in here is it's notable. Watch the Italians, good cross-ice passes. A little bit of a bobbling puck, just taking the heat off of that one. Big slap shot. Keeper let that one just get away, but recovered afterwards. Luckily, there's that cycling, crashing in front of the net. There's always a spare Italian to pick up any loose pucks. Italians quite happy to take shots in and look for rebounds, and that's where that goal hanger on the back post can really be dangerous. That's a perfect example of it right there. This is the Aussies trying to sort of take a couple of their chances. Picking up loose pucks. This is dangerous here. A little bit of a stretch. And a bit more time on the puck. One extra touch, I think, would have done it. A little bit speculative, that shot. Italians dangerous, coming on the attack. Look at all the 1, 2, 3 Italians crashing the goal there. That tipped right up over the heads. Some aggression from the Aussies there too. On their toes. Ooh, risky. Patient Italians looking for a hole. Keeper up for it. Then the Aussies putting together these lovely passes. Just couldn't quite find the trigger to pull on that one. Would have, could have, should have. Italians missing a fair few chances there as well. Better contact on that, would have probably slotted right in that 5-hole. That would have been a disappointing goal. Would have been a little on the soft side. That, however, is just route 1. Look at this shot, bobbling. Did it take a tip through? I wonder if they're going to award that to number 25 in the end. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Welcome to the live stream, XoneMultimedia on YouTube, and the World Inline Masters Roller Hockey World Cup. Welcome all. Thanks for joining me here. Thanks to all the lads and ladies back in the pit who are chipping in to even allow me to be out here during term time holidays, seemingly now very much a thing of the past. But while the sun is shining out here, we'll make hay, because it won't last long. So appreciate that, lads. Back at home, be picking up a cheeky little vino for you while I'm up out here for your efforts. And that's a story of everything that happens out here. It's an awful lot of effort, an awful lot of people, to say the least of which these Aussies out here who are getting not really their backsides handed to them are standing up fairly smartly to what used to be a fixture that would have been a painful one for them. They've come out here and joined us at this World Cup in Europe somewhere every year, year after year, since year dot. And that's an impressive feat, so big congratulations should go out to them, and particularly their families and their work colleagues who are left at home. And their bank accounts as well too. If you guys are out there on Facebook, I'm Pete Wirt. You can find me on there. Send your comments, join me, and send me some messages. I'll give. Don't mind giving a few shout outs if I get the chance. And also, I'm on Twitter. A bit of a newcomer to Twitter, so I'm not exactly the best in the world at that. But I'll do my best to try and respond and send a few choice tweets and a little bit of background and exclusive info and pictures from behind the scenes out here. Pete Wirt at Inline. And I'll tweet out the scores and other little tidbits as they come in. It's my pleasure to be out here. Finally, I get to express a talent that I have in abundance. The ability to talk rubbish at pace and length. And at least it's about hockey for a change. So thank you for your patience and understanding to those of you who have joined me. I'm not the most erudite chap in the world, but I'll do my best to share with you a little bit of my passion for this sport, and certainly my passion for the gentlemen who are playing out here in front of me now, who are some stand-up chaps, and what keeps us, and very likely, as I was saying earlier on, the Aussies, from returning at great expense to their family and friends and their pocketbooks every year, year after year after year. And they represent themselves very, very well too. So they should be very proud with this and not disappointed at all. 4-1 against the Italians is a great result for them, and much to build on. So what can they do in the second half? Absorbing pressure. Can they take this on? Oh, that's a cheeky little through the legs. Puck on the edge though, and maybe just got away from him then. Steam engine running out before the puck's energy did. And away we go. Second half, Australia versus Italy, under 38s. Masters, unlucky bounce back as the clearing pass behind the net. The defenders need to get their stuff together. And the Italians pick that puck up and start to circle dangerously. Picking up their similar shape now that they're on the other side of the pad. The Italians were starting to settle a little bit into some square shapes and quite settled. So they weren't going to threaten very much, except with maybe a lucky shot. But now that they're cycling, this could be dangerous. And that's why. Just a bit of a sniper there. And they can do that. They take their time. They'll watch for the gap to appear. You know, it's tiring when you're stood on your toes like that. So what can the Aussies do now to stop the rot? They've got to come out. They've got to go one-to-one. They've got to stretch the players and try and pick them off with a little bit more stick handling, a little bit more aggression. Might be tiring on the legs, but you're just going to have to make that sacrifice. It's no fun sitting on your toes with your hands up like you're playing handball. They've got to stretch themselves. They'll enjoy the game an awful lot more, even if they do not quite lose. And there's that goal poacher right there, as expected. Very dangerous right in front of the goal. He likes to goal hang. He likes to pick that. He's not the fastest skater in the world. He's been with Team Italy for a long time. But he's got a sharp angle on that stick. And that was crafty, skillful. These old-timers have still got that in their locker. Very much so. Very much so. So can Aussie step up the one-to-one marking? There's an example of what can happen when you do. Warren, number 4, picking that up. Oh, a little bit of a lucky bounce through the skate. Can he put some pressure on? A little bit of stick handling. He's got 4 to get through, 3 to get through. Can he have a centering pass? Didn't quite have the support. I think everyone else in the Aussie team was relieved. The pressure was off them for a bit. But now we can attack again. A little bit of physical pressure there too now. Italians showing that if the Aussies are going to dare come and attack them, they're going to hear it and feel it. Okay, now, can we make good of this? Number 4, Warner really making his mark now. Fighting for a little bit of puck time in behind the Italian net. At least putting some pressure on now, Aussies. This will lift their legs. Ooh, and the pressure on the Italians. They don't like it up them. And now there's some tired legs. Aussies do a refresh. Line 2 comes out. And then they start to gently drift backwards. Come on, lads. Don't be afraid. Go and hassle them. Get a stick underneath there. See if you can squeeze out a little bubbling puck. Little stick check. Get them a bit angry, make them sloppy. They'll make mistakes. Look at this, deadly from behind. Tried to find that short side, but still couldn't. If any of the Italians had joined him there, that was a guaranteed goal. Nothing wrong with that. Now, referees in Fears, for those uninitiated, and more of an ice hockey preference, will notice that the Fears referees, Fears is the Federation International of Roller Sports and the international governing body that's overseeing this tournament. They tend to be very strict on the rough stuff, especially at this level too. They don't like an awful lot of physical contact, but maybe the new test was to see how much you can let go that's reasonable, which is good. That should make better hockey, to be fair. There's nothing wrong with getting a little bit stuck in. Ooh, I don't know. What's a play advantage? Referee going to play it on? Again, don't think that was intentional. Just a little bit loose. We could have made it. Now that one might go. But the Italians were quite happy to score the goal and pay themselves back, and miraculously are up and running again in a flash. Maybe picking up a few tidbits from their footballing counterparts there. Ooh, and now on replay, to be fair, that was a heck of a challenge. The second one, maybe not so much, but I think, as a police officer once said to me outside a nightclub in Winnipeg, sometime in the early, dark and cold 1980s, justice is served and no paperwork. I'll let you make of that what you will. It's a tough town, but a good place to go drinking. So here we go. Italians pressuring. Cycling now, a little bit more energy. And then just a little bit of bad luck. Can they make the most of it now? Okay, there's a bit of a 3-on-2 here. What are they going to do? Got to take advantage of it. Maybe that was the wrong pass. Although tapping for it makes it a little bit too obvious. You've got to be in the right position. They were a little bit flat, the Aussies, on that attack. If they'd sent one deep and one flat, then it might have had a little triangle to work on there. It didn't quite pan off. Okay. There's the loose puck again that they can take advantage of. They just need to jump on that with a bit more aggression. Dangerous here now. The Italians are looking a little bit organized. Setting up the sniper deep. He's not happy with that. He wants to pass to his stick. Oh, Kenya, Aussies, little bobbling puck in front. What will you do with it? Ooh, okay, referee lost sight of it there, but it wasn't captured, so I think the Aussies might have been robbed of another little chance there. And that's the kind of aggression we need to see. They need to step right up, put themselves in front of that goal, and start grasping at some pucks. Nice little tap of the Aussie there in the back of the keeper, just to say all's fair in love and war. Puck bubbling on edge. What can the Aussies do with it? They're sort of putting a little bit of pressure in behind the net now, which is better. The Italians are getting worried. They can cough up stuff like that. Some real pressure on the puck now. 1, 2, 3 Aussies all drifting over. Ooh, centering pass could have been dangerous if that was a little bit sharper. Good shape, the Italians. They've always got that center spot person. That's a lucky pick. Okay, Vossi, what can you do? Maybe that was a tricky pass. Schoolboy error, you know, lesson number 1. Don't pass to someone's backside. You have to be pretty skillful to pick up a puck that's appearing just underneath your legs. Kenya, little loose puck. Can he pick it up? Hasn't got quite the maneuverability there. It's a younger man's game. Dangerous. 22, slap shot from downtown, certainly. Keeper up for that. Rossi tees it up just at the top of the hashes, just to see what will happen, looking for maybe a rebound. Had two other players coming in right after it, so it could have been. Aussies hanging on here, maybe getting a little bit tired, maybe getting a little bit fatigued physically and psychologically. It is a tough ask in the hot box. Italy 7, Australia 1. They did a remarkable job to hold it 1-1 for most of the first half, and then just couldn't hold back the tide any longer. Still plenty of opportunity in there for the Aussies to sneak one, just in case the Italians get a little bit complacent. They can switch off a little bit from time to time, and that'll be when they can strike. Be good to get a consolation goal. Meanwhile, the Italians are just sticking in these little tentative, speculative shots. See what bobbles out and pops up. 7-1. Italy, Australia. It's 12 minutes to go in P2. And the game's settled into a bit of a pattern now. Bit of a loose bobbling puck. Lots of bodies in front of the Aussie net. It's distracting for the keeper. This could be a dangerous shot. The Red Sea parted there for Palaonda. Number 99, Poloni. Forgive me for amateur hour here, by the way, everybody. I don't have all the information yet, so I will gather that, and as we get closer and closer to the playoffs and through further matches and stuff like that, I'll get myself settled and I'll know what I'm talking about then, or will I? Hey, if you wanted someone professional, you could pay me. I don't need money, everybody. Anyone who knows me knows I work cheap. I work for beer. Sometimes not even that. Italians settling in. Aussies battling away. Speculative shot that bounces off the net and carries on round. This is where the Aussies have now maybe just got to throw a little bit of caution to the wind and go and chase a puck a little bit, you know, go and have some fun, get some wind in your hair, and see if you just maybe grab something cheeky, you know. Don't have to be too apologetic now for maybe leaving someone empty or open in behind at this stage of the game. Dangerous there, that centering pass right to the front, but well defended. Aussies closing that area down reasonably well. It's the area in behind, closer to the post of the net. That's what they've got to be really careful. Okay, that's doable. Cheeky little maneuver, but couldn't quite make the most of it then. And then all the excitement of that good work maybe just made him lose it a little bit. Number 8, Barker, an old-time player, just maybe getting a little bit nervous and expectant. He did all the work and just couldn't quite see his way to get it away. It's a struggle when your legs are tired to try and find pace to break out for a breakout pass when a defender's under pressure. The Italians are just going to drift in and squeeze it off of you. Okay, Vossi playing around with it. Unlucky that puck was on its side. That was a tricky one to get. Tricky when you're off balance. Lucky that could have been dangerous. Number 86 is violent. Oh, right in front. The keeper just managed to shut the door. Italians maybe getting hungry for another goal now. This is a centering pass. Really well taken up the stretch. Didn't shoot. Patient. 4 Italians, 3 Italians in front. Bobbling puck. And now the keeper solidly settles. And Dan Beliveau comes in and rescues the day by physically making a wall. At least he'd realised that someone was behind him eventually. Got to shut that back door, Aussies. To let the Kangaroos in. Okay, can we make the most of this? Oh, that is risky. Tell you what, you wouldn't try that in training. in front of a good coach. He gets told off for a year, cleaning someone's skates, changing shoelaces for a crossing clearing pass in front of the keeper under pressure. No, 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 no. Imagine if Martin Mekera did it for the Czech team and it came off. I don't think anyone could complain. Slap shot, well wide, and actually doing a lot better of a job than the Aussies did in clearing their decks. I think Aussies have now just got to start going player to player. Don't let them cycle anymore. Now, can this be a clearing pass? Center it away. Okay, make the most of it. Turn the wrong direction slightly. He had 2 players to clear there. This is dangerous. Oh, centering pass just well taken, but drifted between the legs. Now, here we go, little Aussie attack. Oh, and all his mates decided to go for a breather on the bench. Glass of water. I think he might have felt a little bit alone out there on his side. Good on him for trying. Keep your chins up, Aussies. Come on. What can fresh legs do? Still really scrappy defending. The Aussies need to organize a little bit better. That was a very either lucky or unlucky bounce on the skate of the Aussie defender right in front. Cycling, dangerous crossing passes. Italians are patient here. Here comes in the center. Missed the chance. Waiting. Now it goes. Oh, off the skate instead of the stick. He's a lefty, not a righty. No, he's a right-handed stick. Couldn't quite come off there. Okay. 2 Aussies chase the puck here. Can we break out? We need legs. Tried to do the toe drag, but couldn't pull it off. Corso. Dangerous. Turns. Loose. Good physical defense. 68 did a really good job there. Good compression. Obviously was outpaced on his back heels and then just used his body to pressure the attacker out of the way. That's good defending. Timeout called. We're at 6:58, 7-1, Italy, Australia. Okay. Holding on. It's a tough gig out there. Really tough gig. And I think they're doing a decent job at holding at bay what could be, you know, a really tough first match for them. So keep up the good work, chaps. You're doing a good job. Enjoy it more, you know. You're going to have a tough time if you're sat back. So come out and play a little bit, you know. Doesn't matter if you get a little bit caught from behind. At least you're going to come out and chase some pucks and maybe get some more chances. So loosen up a bit, keep your chins up. There's plenty of good stuff to go on here. Keep those legs going. Big shout out to the chaps and ladies at work. Thanks, everybody. This little annual trip keeps me sane. Just one day like this a year, it'd see me right. Come on, Australia. What have you got in your locker here? What can you do? You've got to change something up. Oh, one of you's got to take it. One of you. The Italians will pick it up if you don't. Okay. Spread yourselves out. Let's get some longer passes going. That's a good one. This could be dangerous. Ooh. Oh, nice little deke. Okay. Now move it. Get rid of it. There's nobody behind you to pass to, fella. This is very dangerous. Oh, tried to tip. Vivigno is very talented. Really patient. Played for Masters and Veterans level. Played friendly tournaments in Lignaro. He's even played for GB once or twice when we were short of players during our non-injury free days. Speculative shot coming in from just inside the face-off circle. Another one bouncing right off the Aussie keeper and then knocking out. Best clearance we've seen yet off that rebound. Must have felt that shock through the pads then, I'll say. Okay, Italians a little bit more pressured now. Looking to pot one in. Little bit of a dipping, bubbling puck just to try and find the 5-hole. Aussie keeper good on the ground. They're keeping the Aussies in this game. The stalwart defense. But they're going to have to pick up something a little bit more. They're not going to enjoy this. Bit of legs now. There's 5 minutes 19 left in the first half. So let's see how we can maybe stretch the Italians and catch ourselves a bit of a break. Another goal is in here for the Aussies, if they want it. Might be another one in here for the Italians if they're left to cycle in front of the goal. Ooh, danger. Luckily that pass was a little bit off track. But there's always plenty of Italians to pick it up. This could be a centering pass, but he speculated anyway. I think the pass might have scored a goal on that one. Okay, can you do it, Dan? Beliveau takes the shot. Just rebounds off the stick. And couldn't get the energy on the puck. But there's more people coming in now, crushing the net. Pressure going forward. And the Italians' lone man. It's a one-on-one. What can you do, Vossi? Soon had some reinforcements rolling in. Oh, that's dangerous. Okay, Aussies, now you've got control of the puck. Let's see what you can do. Again, just a little bit too many green shirts going for the same puck. We need to spread each other out a little bit more. I think that might be why they're struggling a little bit with opening some space, because they're staying pretty close to each other. Pass just behind Corso, number 20 there. Maybe stopped him in his tracks. He comes back out to the center to maybe get his wheels moving again. See, Italians now starting to get a little bit more static. There's a little bit less cycling. I mean, admittedly, it's tired out there for sure. They're going to start to stick into their square corners now. Sticking the pegs of the tent in. Maybe finding something a little bit like a gap here. Very dangerous. Ooh, could have gone right up above the keeper's glove side, but it rolled out. Centering pass. Well defended. Stick in. Bobbling puck in behind. Defenders not taking enough pressure to the Italians behind the net. And the Italians are just washing the Aussies in the washing machine now. Cycling, turning. And finally clearing pass just lets them take a breath and rest those tibialis anterior muscles. Screaming now for standing on your toes and practically doing a squat for 3 minutes. Wearing a duvet mattress. I'll get back to you in a minute when I figure out what a duvet mattress is. As the Aussie keeper loses the puck. Thought we had it underneath the pads, but the Italians managed to fish it out. Oh, nearly tipped his own puck in. Aussie defender. Whew, breathe deep. A couple of Aussie forwards are having a bit of a chin wag. Hopefully what they're saying to each other is, hey, let's try something different. Because this isn't any fun. Italians probably happy now to just eke out the rest of the game in a good position and maybe try and practice some passing. It's a bit of an exhibition now. See if they can pot a goal in. This is definitely the time now for the Aussies to just do something special. Break out. Bobbling puck, lots of sticks flying around. Maybe wanted that goal. What can we do there? You have to take the puck with you. And then there's that shadow. And from there, keeper was split. Didn't know who to look for. I mean, that pass would have been a goal. But as it was, the keeper just started to turn and look over their right shoulder. He found that very, very tight angle just underneath the glove. Deadly. Efficient. The Italians are looking good here. And this isn't really even their high gear, so could potentially be a threat later on in the tournament. I'm reassured by the Italian outfit that, you know, they've brought a strong squad here. They're on home turf. They always do really well, get great support from home. A lot of really good veterans with a small V players in here, so they know the game and they know this level of game, so could be a real danger. Expect to see Italians in the semis. Ooh. And again, leaving that back post hanger. Aussies are looking tired now. They're struggling a little bit. Not sure what they've got left to give. It is a hell of a job to try and stand there all the time. Okay, now this could be a little bit of luck. Still turning into a 3-on-2. Can you get that pass away? Go on, this is going to go. Ooh. And then the stress of trying to move forward as a 3-on-2 just cause a bit of a calamity. Let's just see this replay of an Italian rolling on the floor. What can you do? Well, that might, on the face of it, look like a harsh lesson for the Aussies. And indeed, it's not a pleasing effort to be caught inside that square defensive structure, being pressured from all sides consistently while you're getting battered from all corners. Their chance in the next games going forward is to try and break out, to try and one-to-one mark so that they can stretch and spread a little bit of space, maybe cough up a puck and get lucky. They're going to enjoy that game an awful lot more. This is the opening match, so they'll take away from this quite a lot, especially considering that almost the entirety of the first period was a 1-1 game. There was one goal in it, and the Italians took a long time to warm up. I think it was a war of attrition, really. The Aussies physically broken down after a period of time. The Italian pace and organization just wearing. And the Aussies maybe not quite taking their chances when they do get them. A little bit of puck luck as well, too. Sometimes a little bobble puck just doesn't stop where it needs to, doesn't quite bobble, and you can get lucky, you can be unlucky, and that can be a game changer. It can change the balance of the game one way or the other. Something for the Aussies to think about, and then maybe look at in their upcoming games as well too. Good result for the Italians, and some good goals, and some stand-up chaps signaling to the crowd their appreciation. A little quiet today, early days, but last year during the finals, this side, which you might not be able to see underneath the camera position, was filled. So there'll be 250, 300 people in these stands, which is a pretty impressive effort for this sport and at this level. So we'll take that. Fantastic arena, fantastic location, and great organization. So all of those things are make every other part of this worth it. For many of these guys, this will be the biggest crowd, the biggest level, the biggest affair, biggest tournament that they'll ever be involved with. So quite a special thing, to say the least of which would be the honor of playing for your country and standing listening to your national anthem and maybe even, dare I say, scoring like Beliveau did with that cheeky curving, dipping shot in the Aussies' one goal for this match. So, excellent. Just quickly glance at my